This is Chef Peter from Chef and Vette, and today we're going to do 4 different appetizers. We're going to do mussels in white wine, cream, and a little garlic and herbs. We're going to do quail, sauteed quail with a wild mushroom and red pepper ratatouille. We're going to make a lobster cake with a red pepper coulis, roasted red pepper coulis, and we're going to make a shrimp appetizer. It's shrimp with a organic mustard sauce. So let's get started with the lobster cake. I have some 8 ounces of lobster tail meat, and we're going to chop it down chunky, okay, in little chunks. For the lobster cake, we need 1 egg, we need a little garlic, we need some chopped ginger, and ground macadamia nuts. Okay, there we go. See, here we go. We don't want it too fine. We want to have little chunks. Wow, there. Here's a mixing bowl. We add the lobster meat in there. Chopped garlic. Chopped fresh ginger. A little bit of ground chopped parsley and the egg. There we go. We mix it. And at the last minute, we're going to add the chopped macadamia nuts to it. And this mixture needs to refrigerate for about a half an hour. Let's get started. We're going to do our mussels. Most of the mussels nowadays are all farm raised. They come from Prince Edward Sound, or they come from the state of Washington. We don't have to worry about the beards anymore. We don't have to worry about sand. They're nice and clean. We want to make sure that the mussels are closed. If you rinse them in cold water and the mussel will not close, that means the mussel is most likely dead, and I would throw it away. So, we need the olive oil. There we go. The mussels are pre-rinsed. When you buy the mussels from the store, they come in like 1-pound bags. They might have one little beard right here, but you don't have to worry about the sand part anymore. And make sure that the mussels are closed. If you have mussels that remain open for a long period of time, then you know the mussel is dead, okay? So we throw them out. We need a little bit of garlic, chopped chives, and some white wine and cream. There we go. Again, we want the skillet to be nice and hot. And we add the garlic, chopped garlic, and I like lots of garlic on my mussels. There we go. Then we add chopped chives. Voila. We toss them a little more. Here. Voila. White wine. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. There we go, not too much, okay? And we add the lid. And it's gonna take about 4 or 5 minutes, and our mussels are ready to serve, okay? Our next dish is shrimp in the organic brown mustard sauce. And we're gonna need a little white wine for it too, and some herbs, and another great appetizer. These shrimp are already peeled, deveined, except I left the tail on. And these are size 16, 20 shrimp. So they're nice and white. They're farm raised. We start with the olive oil. And I would recommend about 4 or 5 shrimp per appetizer per person. There we go. Toss them around a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of fresh garlic to it. Now we have to watch with salt and pepper because the mustard is going to give the sauce its flavors. We don't want to overcook the shrimp. So once they're nice and translucent golden brown, like this, I take them out. There we go. And I'm going to add the mustard. There. You reduce the mustard just a little bit. Add a little fresh cream to it. There you go. And like I mentioned before, you really don't need too many seasonings because the mustard, whether you use the organic mustard or whether you use a regular Dijon mustard, that's going to give the sauce the flavor. See? There we go. Now the sauce is looking nice and smooth, and I'm going to put my shrimp back in there. There we go. We cook this for 2-3 minutes. Okay, we're going to let these simmer. See? Okay, now we return to the mussels. Get our bowl. And our mussels are open. We want to make sure they're all open, okay? There you go. Dish them out. Voila. Some nice sourdough and a good glass of white wine, and we're in business. They're a wonderful appetizer. I had some last night here. They were outstanding. And now we go back to our shrimp. We do not want to overcook the shrimp. 3-4 minutes is plenty. There we go. We arrange them nicely on the plate. Presentation, presentation. There we go. And put a little sauce in the middle. And then we add some chopped chives. Clean, messy. And here is shrimp with an organic brown mustard sauce. A wonderful appetizer. Okay, and now our next appetizer is a boneless plantation quail farm from Georgia. Quails. They're boneless completely except for the leg bone and the wing. We're going to make a red pepper, tomato, and mushroom ratatouille for this dish, okay? There we go. We get our skillet good and hot again. A little bit of olive oil. We season the quail with salt, a little sea salt. There we go. A little bit of garlic. There we go. And I'm going to wait a second, let the oil heat up, and in the meantime, we're going to cut down the mushrooms, okay? And when we cut it for the ratatouille, we want to cut it nice and uniform, just like we have the red peppers here, and we have the tomato, okay? And this is it, see? There we go. Our skillet is hot. And quail go in. Now, since these quails are boneless, they're not going to take very long to cook, okay? So let's be moving right along. All right. Here we go, good heat. If you like, you can do the quail on the grill and just make the sauce separate and then combine the two later when you're done, okay? So here I'm adding the peppers. And the mushrooms. Go right around it, like this. And the chopped tomato. Okay, so I'm going to put this quail in the preset oven for 375 for about 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll move on to our next dish, which is a lobster cake with a roasted red pepper coulis. The red pepper coulis is made from roasted red peppers. You can use green, red, yellow peppers, and we roast them in the skillet, or you can roast them on the grill. And then we add a little chicken stock to it, put it in the blender, and what you have is a puree-like sauce. You don't add any flour to it. It's just a coulis is a sauce made without flour. You can make coulis from fruit, strawberry, raspberry, kiwi coulis, or you can make coulis from all kinds of different vegetables. So here is our lobster cake mixture. We heat up our skillet. There we go. Put a little olive oil in it. There we go. And to make the cakes, I'm going to get my hands wet with a little bit of cold water. Okay? It makes it easier so they won't stick. There we go. So I'm making a little 3-4 ounce size cakes. Okay, put them in the skillet. There we go. For 1 pound of lobster meat, you're going to get about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 orders, okay? The preparation actually is very similar to crab cakes with the eggs and the breadcrumbs, except I don't like to use mayonnaise in my crab or lobster cakes, okay? We let them get nice and brown before we turn them, okay? There we go. Voila. Okay? Now the red pepper coulis, we're going to heat it up. There. There we go. And you don't want to turn those lobster cakes too early. You want to let them get good and brown on the one side, okay? Okay. And they're going to take about 3-4 minutes before they're done. Okay. So let's check on our quail that's in the oven. There we go. Okay. Now turn it. Okay. Got it nice and golden brown. And I'm going to add a little red wine. There we go. Okay. Okay. And we're going to let it reduce just a little bit. Voila. Then we're going to plate it up. I'm going to remove the quail from the plate, from the pan. There we go. Okay, add some chopped chives to the ratatouille. Looks great, huh? There we go. Plate it. And add the quail on top. There we go. A little fresh mint. There we go. And this is plantation quail with a red pepper, tomato, and mushroom ratatouille. Enjoy it. Now, we move back to our lobster cakes. Nice golden brown. Okay. There we go. And I'm just going to give the lobster cake just a touch of white wine, not too much. There we go. Our red pepper coulis is ready. And we're going to plate it up also. Okay. And the red pepper coulis first on the plate. There we go. The little chopped chives around it. And we always want to keep our dishes centered in the plate. So when you don't have any food splashed around on the outside, so it looks nice and it presents really well. Okay. And here is our lobster cake. And here we have the lobster cake with the roasted red pepper coulis. Here we have the grilled quail with a red pepper, tomato, and mushroom ratatouille. We have our steamed mussels. And then here we have our shrimp in an organic brown mustard sauce with a touch of white wine and a little bit of cream. Until next time, this is Chef Peter from Chef and Vette. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.